प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः.
Namaskar everybody. We have started right earnest in our journey through all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita with the noble intention of understanding Bhagavad Gita better. And out of the 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita, though we will be covering few shlokas from every chapter, chapter 2 will get a major share of shlokas covered because it's a window to Bhagavad Gita. Next to that, the chapter 18, concluding chapter, a large number of shlokas will figure also from there because that sums up beautifully what had been covered till now. Let's go forward. The guided chanting today will be of the 4 shlokas that I'll be covering. Session 2, and the shlokas will be 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 and 2.5. All these happen to be from chapter 2, the shlokas 2, 3, 4 and 5. Let's move on to the guided chanting. Please exercise your lungs and the vocal cords. Sing along.
कुतस्त्वाकश्मलमिदं विषमे समुपस्थितम् अनार्यजुष्टमस्वर्ग्यम् अकीर्तिकरमर्जुन क्लैब्यं मास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वय्युपपद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदयदौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्वोत्तिष्ठ परन्तप कथं भीष्ममहं संख्ये द्रोणं च मधुसूदन इषुभिः प्रतियोत्स्यामि पूजार्हा वरिसूदन गुरून् हत्वा हि महानुभावान् श्रेयो भोक्तुं भैक्ष्यमपीह लोके हत्वार्थकामांस्तु गुरूनिहैव भुञ्जीय भोगान् रुदिरप्रदिग्धान्.
போன செஷன்ல பார்த்தோம், அர்ஜுனா kept on புலம்பிஃபைங். அது கெட்டு போகும், உலகத்தில் இது கெட்டு போகும் எல்லாம் சொல்லி ultimately he threw away his weapons, sat in a corner and said, I am not going to fight. And Krishna has to make Arjuna see the reality. இது வரைக்கும் அர்ஜுனா சொன்ன ரீசன் எதுவுமே not the real reason or the only reason or the primary reason which was bothering his mind. அதை கொண்டு வரணும். அப்போ instead of treating the symptom, treat the disease. That's what Lord Krishna must do. Appo Arjuna has to realize what is the real reason why he is upset so much and what is the remedy for that. Appo Lord Krishna has got a very challenging task through sheer communication. He has to bring Arjuna out from the bout of depression. Not only that, he has to make Arjuna mentally ready to fight again. Not only that, Arjuna should be made ready to lead the army in their war. And Krishna says only 2 verses, a brilliant part of communication. As such, Bhagavad Gita is a brilliant piece on communication. இதில் 2 verse சொல்லி அதை சொன்ன உடனே Arjuna starts blurting out the real reason what has been bothering his mind. And that is communication skill. சொல்லுவாங்க எப்பவுமே யாரையும் பத்தி சொல்றதுன்னா if you have to say bring somebody up from their negativity, அவங்கள குத்தம் சொன்னதுன்னா that is, do you find fault with them or do you discuss issues? Lord Krishna என்ன சொன்னார் சொல்லி பார்க்கலாம். We will go into the shlokas. The first sentence Lord Krishna tells Arjuna is Kustasva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam anaryajustam asvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna. So Krishna addresses Arjuna by name. I had mentioned in many of the places we will see it's pointed addressing by different names. So he says, Arjuna, Tva, unake, to you, Kutaha, from where, engirundu, idam kashmalam, this type of despair, adum kuda endha time la, vishame, in the madri crisis situation la, you are in the battlefront, in the time la ibulav nerukadi la, idam kashmalam samupastitam, இந்த மாதிரியான டெஸ்பேர் உனக்கு எப்படி வந்து அடைஞ்சது, ஏன் அடையக்கூடாது? So Krishna praises Arjuna here. அனாரியஜுஷ்டம், இது வந்து ஆரியருக்கு தகுந்ததில்லை. ஆரியர்னா upright person, the person of valor. அஸ்வர்க்கியம், ஸ்வர்க்கத்துக்கு போறதுக்கு தடை பண்ணும். The warriors, when they fight a dharmic battle, even if they die, their path to the heaven is open. That's the general belief. So he says, நீ வந்து போர்ல சண்டை போட மாட்டேன்னு சொல்லி, if you say that you will not fight and then run away from there, ஸ்வர்க்கத்துக்கு போறதுக்கு உனக்கு கிடையாது, பாத்தே கிடையாது. And not உனக்கு பாத்து கிடையாது, this will be a hindrance to that path. And akirtikaram, so much of reputation Arjuna has earned among his followers and the enemies. So அதெல்லாம் வந்து அந்த புகழெல்லாம் குறையற மாதிரி ஆயிடும். So Krishna says, இந்த மாதிரி கிரைசிஸ் டைம்ல எங்கிருந்து இப்பேற்பட்ட டெஸ்பேர் உனக்கு வந்து சேர்ந்திருக்கு? Because your characteristic is you are an Arya, upright man, man with high valor, and you are destined to go to heaven, but this will be a swargyam. This will block that path, this type of a despair in the battlefield. And you have got so much of reputation. So this is akirtikaram. This will erase all that reputation that you have earned. That is the first sentence Lord Krishna addresses to Arjuna. Idea is, எங்கிருந்து வந்தது இந்த மாதிரி உனக்கு டெஸ்பேர்னு கிருஷ்ணர் கேட்கும்போது Arjuna has to think for himself and identify Why did he get the despair? From where did he get the despair? What triggered that thought? That is the beauty of this sentence. Explanation பார்க்கலாம். Sri Bhagavan said, that's Lord Krishna, "O Arjuna, how have these impurities come upon you?" இது வந்து not even how did you get these impurities? How did these impurities come upon you? Not directly blaming Arjuna, not blaming him at all. They are not at all befitting a man who knows the value of life. So Krishna tells Arjuna indirectly that Arjuna has got value of life. They lead not to higher planets but to infamy. So again an indication to Arjuna that he is cut for higher things. So இந்த நெருக்கடியில் இவ்வுள்ள சோர்வை நீ எங்கிருந்து பெற்றாய்? இது ஆரியர்க்கு தகாது. ஆரியர்னா the man of high valor and upright. வானுலகை தடுப்பது, அபகீர்த்தி தருவது Arjuna. So this is the first of the two sentences Lord Krishna addresses to Arjuna. And please remember, Gita Pudesh has not yet started. ஏன்னா கிருஷ்ணா இந்த ரெண்டு சென்டென்ஸ் சொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறம் Arjuna is going to react. That's the time he is going to come out with his what is inside his heart. And then the Gita Pudesh starts from 2.11, second chapter, 11th verse. So you got to wait till then. Klaibyam mas magamaf partha na etat tvayi upapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam tyaktva uttishta parantapa. So Lord Krishna addresses Arjuna here again as Partha, that's the name for Arjuna, and Parantapa. Parantapa literally means the one who scorches his enemies. He reminds Arjuna that that is the level of reputation you have amongst your enemies. So he is telling Arjuna, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, Klaibyam ma smagamah. Klaibyam na unmanliness. He says, do not allow room for unmanliness. Do not yield to unmanliness. That means Krishna is telling Arjuna indirectly that Arjuna is a person with a reputation of very high standards of manliness, Veeram. And Etat Tvayi na upapadyate. இந்த மாதிரியான lowly thing உனக்கு வந்து பொருந்தாது. அந்த மாதிரி unmanliness உனக்கு பொருந்தாது. Which means Krishna tells Arjuna that உன்னோட வீரம் வந்து ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி. And he says, Kshudram, Kshudramna the low level, lowliness. Kshudram Hridaya Daurbalyam. Hridaya Daurbalyam is the weakness of heart. So he says on the low weakness of heart, Tyaktva, அதை விட்டுட்டு. So Lord Krishna இங்கே சொல்றாரு, அந்த weakness of heart is set inside you. அதை விட்டுரு. Uttishta parantapa. Uttishtana எழுந்துரு. So Lord Krishna says, this unmanliness, do not yield to that. இது வந்து உனக்கு பொருந்தாது. உன்னோட லெவல்ல வேற மாதிரி. And இந்த மாதிரி ரொம்ப கீழ்த்தரமான weakness of heart, அதை விட்டுட்டு எழுந்துரு. So these are the only two sentences Krishna says. He has not degraded Arjuna. He has not talked ill about Arjuna. On the contrary, Lord Krishna talks high about Arjuna and he is talking about only the issues. இந்த மாதிரி உனக்கு இந்த நெருக்கடி நேரத்தில் எங்க இருந்து வந்தது? அண்ட் இந்த மாதிரி அன்மேன்லினஸ் நீ வளர விடாதே, இது உனக்கு பொருந்தாது, இது ரொம்ப இந்த வீக்னஸ் ஆஃப் ஹார்ட் ஃபார் அ வாரியர் இந்த பேட்டில் ஃபீல்ட் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப லோலியது, அதை விட்டுடு, எழுந்திரு, புறப்படு. That's what Lord Krishna says. We will see what Arjuna's reaction to this is. Vilakam, O Partha, that is Arjuna. Krishna addressing Arjuna as Partha, do not yield to unmanliness. This does not befit you. The scorcher of enemies, give up this lowly weakness of heart and get up. Partha, பேடித்தன்மையை அடையாதே, இது உனக்கு பொருந்தாது. இழிப்பட்ட மனத்தளர்ச்சியை நீக்கி எழுந்து நில், பகைவரை சுடுவனே. So Krishna has sowed the seeds of introspection into Arjuna's mind. So now Arjuna takes this point in and he reacts. Let's see that. When Lord Krishna touches Arjuna's sensitive chords, the soldier's pride is touched to the quick. Arjuna impulsively reacts. And the impulsive reaction வரும்போது தான் நார்மலா what is hidden inside the mind, the truth comes out சொல்லுவாங்க. So let's listen to what Arjuna's first reaction is. Katham bhishmam aham sankhye dronam cha madhusudana ishubhi pratiyotsyami பூஜார்ஹாவரி சூதனா. இதுல அர்ஜுனா addresses Krishna as மதுசூதனா, that is மதுங்கிற டெமனை Lord Krishna had destroyed earlier, and Arisudana, Arisudana the destroyer of all enemies. So Arjuna addresses Krishna by these two names. So Arjuna says aham, நான். Arjuna is saying நான் Sankhye in this battlefield, Bhishmam Dronam cha. Straight away, takkune, he brings out Bhishma and Drona names. The two which were actually bothering him inside, which he never took earlier, but Krishna very tactfully tackled Arjuna. Arjuna on his own is coming out now. Bhishmam Dronam cha. Bhishmariyum Dronariyum. Katham, எப்படி, அவ்வாறு, என்ன பண்ணணும், எவ்வாறு, இஷுபிஹி பிரதியோத்ஸ்யாமி, இஷுபிஹின்னா with the weapons, பிரதியோத்ஸ்யாமின்னா fight against. How will I ever be able to fight against those two with my weapons? Because அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் பூஜா அர்ஹவ், அவங்க பூஜை பண்றதுக்கு அருகதை இருக்கிறவங்க. That is, they are worthy of worship by me. So Arjuna says, நான் இந்த பேட்டில்ஃபீல்ட்ல பீஷ்மரையும் துரோணரையும் எப்படி வெப்பன்ஸ் வச்சுட்டு ஃபைட் பண்ணுவேன். அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் என்னால பூஜை செய்யற அளவுக்கு மரியாதைக்குள்ளவங்க. He says, how will I ever be able to fight Bhishma and Drona in this battlefield? How will I use my weapons against them? Because they both are worthy of worship by me. So the truth comes out straight away. That is the beauty of tackling at the right level. விளக்கம் பார்க்கலாம். Arjuna says, O killer of enemies, O killer of Madhu, that is, he is addressing Krishna as these two names. How can I counterattack with arrows in battle men like Bhishma and Drona, who are worthy of my worship? So Arjuna சொல்றான், மதுசூதனா, பீஷ்மரையும் துரோணரையும் போரில் அம்புகளால் எப்படி எதிர்ப்பேன்? இவர்கள் தொழுதற்குரியவர், பகைவரை அழிப்போய். So Arjuna straight away tells Krishna his problem is his inability to pick up weapons against Bhishma and Drona, because he holds them both in very high esteem. இது வாழ்க்கையில நமக்கும் நார்மலா ஹேப்பன் தான். ஸ்கூல்ல படிச்சுட்டு இருக்கும்போது டீச்சரா இருந்தவங்கள ஒரு 20 வருஷம் 30 வருஷம் கழிச்சு when we see them on the road, நம்ம அறியாமே நம்ம கை மேல போகும் வணக்கம் சொல்றதுக்கு. That is the level we hold them in high esteem. And how will one have the heart to pick up the weapons? That's what Arjuna reacts. So truth is coming out. Arjuna's first reaction was, how can he take the weapons against his gurus? Because they are worthy of worship by him. Now he goes on further to justify his stance. Let's listen to what Arjuna further says. Gurun ahatva hi mahanubhavan shreyaha bhoktum bhaiksham api ihaloke. Hatva arthakaman thu gurun iha eva bunjiya bhogan rudira pradiktan. So Arjuna goes on to say further, Mahanubhavan Gurun, these noble gurus, ahatva, without killing them, that is, without killing these noble people, Bhaiksham Apibhoktum, அப்படின்னா பிச்சை எடுத்து சாப்பிட்டா கூட Shreyaha, that's much better. So Arjuna further says, instead of killing these noble people, it's much better that I go take to begging and eat out of that, live out of that. So he says, and the pichi eduthu saapradha vida it's kevalam, it's more degrading or more evil to kill these noble people than to take pichai and eat out of that. See, pichai edukkiradhu vandu, the begging is considered as one of the lowest of the deeds one can do, that too for a kshatriya warrior like Arjuna. And he further says, in the gurun, these guruna vaisala periyavanga or the respectable people, noble people, gurun hatva, by killing these people, arthakaman bunjiya, and the worldly pleasures that will come through the victory will be rudira pradigdan. It will be blood stained. Whose blood? The noble people's blood, the guru's blood. Appo Arjuna says, in the noble people kollama, without killing them, it's much better for me to go do begging and live out of that. In addition, if I kill these noble people, adnala vara papam will take me to hell. That's what he means. He says, whatever he enjoys the worldly pleasure subsequently will be soaked in the blood of bloodstained by killing of those noble people. So Arjuna says it causes a revulsion in him, the very thought of having to kill those noble people. So Arjuna clearly has brought out in his own words that it is the sight of Bhishma and Drona which had brought out all these thoughts in his mind. So it is not without a reason that Lord Krishna parked the chariot right in front of Bhishma and Drona when Arjuna just wanted to survey the army. And when Arjuna was in deep depression, the right triggering words that Lord Krishna had used. Arjuna further says, it would be better to live in this world by begging than to kill these most respected teachers. If I kill them, the pleasures I would experience in the world will be stained with their blood. பெரியோர்களாகிய குருக்களை கொல்லாமல் இவ்வுலகில் பிச்சை எடுத்து உண்பதும் நன்று. பொருளை விரும்பி குருக்களை கொன்று நாம் துய்க்கும் இன்பங்கள் உதிரத்தில் கலந்தனவாம். So earlier Arjuna was saying he will not fight because of some reason that it will upset the rhythm, dharma in the world, etc. Now he said இவங்க வந்து பூஜை பண்றதுக்கு உரியவங்க, the worthy of worship, the gurus, அதனால அவங்களை கொல்றது வந்து பிடிக்கல. Now he says அவங்களை கொல்றதை விட போய் பிச்சை எடுக்கிறது பெரிய பரவாயில்லை சொல்றான். So from not fighting, Arjuna is now talking about begging. So there is another challenge to Lord Krishna. Let's see how Krishna tackles these challenges. நான் முதல்ல கூட சொல்லியிருந்தேன், நீங்களும் நோட் பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க, கீதோபதேஷ் இன்னும் ஆரம்பிக்கல. It starts only from 2.11. There must be a strong reason why. அந்த ரீசனை அடுத்த வாரம் பார்க்கலாம். Let it be a suspense till then. And based on feedback, the Shanti mantra has also been made as a guided chant. So after my final namaskar, kindly chant along with the repeat chanter. Thank you. அடுத்த வாரம் சந்திப்போம். Namaskar everybody.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदम्
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं
पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते
पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते
पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः